Hey guys, hey.
How are you?
Anyways, so I thought I would address this stuff with my girlfriend Jacqueline. It's kind of a long ass story, so I'll explain it. Basically, going back to since before September, she had messaged me on Instagram, and at first, I wasn't really interested. She did come on quite strong, and I've told her that, and she's given me permission to, talk about everything. So we're gonna talk about it. Then early September, we did start kind of dating. At first, I wasn't really crazy serious about it. I kind of was like, let's see what happens. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So things were kind of rocky at first. Not even like 2-3 weeks after we started dating, we got into like this huge fight, and we both were drinking a lot, like crazy. We were both wasted, and we got in a fight. And she wanted to break up, and I kind of, I was drunk and said that, well, you've shared pictures of your kids to me, and if you break up with me, I'm gonna go to the farms, which I never would have done, but I did threaten her with it. So, being as I did that, she went to Discord and she exposed all my nudes and stuff. Tit for tat, basically, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that was shitty for a while. We quickly, got back to we didn't really even break up, but we quickly got back to normal. And but I do want to make it clear that she was not the first person to expose my nudes. That was lazy. Not April. Must have been March. Beginning of March came along just before I started that new job. I got this message from some random dude, and I recognized the last name. I recognized his picture as well because she had shown me pictures of her ex. Now this guy was supposed to be out of the picture, so she did kind of lie to me a little bit, and said that the guy was out of the picture, he didn't come around as kid and stuff like that. It turns out he was in the picture. They had been together for about 10 years. It seems it was a pretty bad relationship right off the hop. They're together like 11 years. Their kid's 10 years old. And he basically started cheating when their kid was just months old. So, once that happened, things were rocky. Jacqueline tried to keep things together as a family for the sake of their kid, and she was very mentally abused by this dude. Years went by. He's basically torn her down mentally, for years, saying that she's nothing, that she can't get nothing better. She's not allowed to leave the house really without him monitoring her. This last few weeks, he wouldn't even let her go to the bathroom by herself without him going in there with him, or with her. So basically, then March, he figured out that we were kind of doing a thing on the side. He already has girls on the side. He cheated 11 years ago. He's had a side piece since 2014. So she basically stuck around for the sake of their kid that they have together, and for security. She doesn't work currently, so then he found out about us. He started messaging me, and then at first I was really pissed off. Like, I was like, what the fuck? He said, like, they're a happy family, they got kids, or they got a kid together, and that I was the reason that she was neglecting her family and stuff like that. She's already given me permission to talk about this, so he is a bigger guy. So at first, I came on here kind of not dragging her, but saying that she was cheating with me and stuff like that. Then this dude continued to message me really off the wall stuff. I guess this last few months he started using the mathematics. And he was sending me some really nasty shit about her. And it was at that point when I realized that, it it wasn't a healthy relationship, that obviously she was coming to me for something that she wasn't getting from him, and that she really wanted me and not him. She just was trapped in a bad financial situation. I do have some of the screenshot of some of the kind of shit he was saying. It was really off the wall. You know, I was a stranger. He didn't know me. Let me see if I can find some of them. I didn't save a lot of it. He first messaged me and said, "Quick question, and be honest. Do you know Jacqueline?" And he showed a nude that she had sent me, so he knew that she was talking to me. Says, "I've taken care of her for 10 years, so I think I deserve to know the truth. She has never worked a day. She's a stay-at-home mom. I'm the father of her. I've supported her for over 10 years. So it's like, okay. He had thought that I had been down there to meet her, but I hadn't been down there. So he saw that there was a map that I had mapped out to go there. He said, "I saw you guys on Instagram doing things together. Said she's been neglecting her own family for you, my guy." So at that point, that's when I felt bad. You know, I felt like, you know, it wasn't a good situation. But then he started saying more stuff. He started saying that she's treated him like shit for 9 years, treats her kids like dirt, which I know is not true. He started sending pictures of his house. He started sending really disturbing pictures of her, like when she didn't know that she was being recorded or taking pictures being taken of her, which was really weird. And he says, "Well, I'm at work paying for everything. She sits here and does nothing. Someone needs to tell this woman." He's saying how he's mooched off her, or she's mooched off him for 10 plus years. He's trying to get rid of her. I can't get her to leave. I've been begging for affection. She's not said sorry or anything. Blah, blah, blah. So he was starting to figure out that we had met, and I didn't know he existed. She's narcissistic. She never does wrong. She's not there for anybody, blah, blah, blah. A lot of random shit. He was on the mathematics. He called me one night 2 or 3 times and started claiming that I was blackmailing her to be with me. So I imagine he was on the drugs at night. So he called me and said, send me pics. He wanted the pics and pictures and videos that she had sent me. He wanted them. And he said, "You little simp." I was like, LOL. He said, "Send me it." I said, "Send you what?" "The videos of her." And I said, "No." And then he said, "What's up?" "Nothing, you." "Chillin', about to fuck my old lady." "Why?" And he called me. He wanted me to watch them. He said, "You got something to say?" I said, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" He said, "Why you say this first, now make up shit." He tried calling me again. He said, "We fucking 12 hours, 10 hours straight." I said, "It doesn't seem like she's happy with you." He said, "Not no more." And I said, "What you mean?" "I'm evicting her. She said she will kill herself if I do. I evict her out of this house and sue for damages." I said, "What are you talking suing her for?" "Because she destroyed my home," he said. When in reality, it was him on mathematics destroying the home. Putting holes in the wall and shit. Now, fuck you, Jamie. You probably haven't been laid fucking in years. The day after he found out about us, she had sent me a picture of like a redneck that he put his hands on her. And I said, "What the fuck has happened today?" He said, "I held her down and told her to stop because she was swinging on me." And I said, "What, was that once you found out about us?" He said, "No, way before." And I said, "She sent me a pic saying you touched her and told me everything and grabbed her neck." He said, "She started pouring pop on my big screen monitor." I said, "For what reason?" "Because she got caught." And he sent me this video of I don't know who this bitch is. He was claiming that was Jacqueline, which it wasn't. You can see he deleted a bunch of messages there. I was like, what the fuck? She thinks this is fine how you two are together. She thinks it's just like watching porn. Someone needs to tell this woman. I'm eating her out while she watches your lives. You're a bad motherfucker. Anyways, I think that's it for the screenshots. So anyways, fast forward, the last month, obviously he's known about us. They have no relationship anymore. month or so, things have been really bad with them. Anyways, go back to, I guess, what was it, Sunday? He strangled her to the point where she blacked out, and luckily her son was there and got him off of her. He was on the mathematics. So he's in jail. This dude's got quite a rap sheet going back 13 years. I've got his full record here. In America, it's public knowledge. You can get all this shit. It's totally legal to expose this. So going back as far as 2008, when he was 19, he was selling liquor to underage people. He violated a court order. Also in 2008, 2009, selling marijuana ×2. 2010, trafficking drugs. 2010, hold per contract. I don't know what that means, but 2010, trafficking drugs. 2011, probation violation. 2011, probation violation. And as of the 17th of April this year, assault, $25,000 bond. It was $100,000. It just got reduced to $25,000. Possession of a controlled substance, which was the mathematics. Domestic violence, knowingly causing physical harm, as he did strangle Jacqueline. It should probably be, attempted murder, in my opinion. But, anyways, this is the dude that she's dealing with. You can look it up. Warren County, Ohio. Person's currently in custody. I've been given permission to show all this. This dude's over 6 foot tall, 220 pounds, more than twice her size. Got 100 pounds on her. And this dude basically tried to kill her. So, I just want to come on here, explain kind of the things that have happened and why I've stuck around with her. Because I know that she's been going through such, shit with this dude. But, anyways, I thought we'd clear the air on that. People love T, and that she found me. She seems very genuine. I don't care if people think I'm being played or whatever. It's not the case. She hasn't been happy in her relationship for a long time. She's basically been forced. Basically he does nothing, plays video games. She's expected to do everything. He's currently in custody. So, and he will be for at least a month till his next court date. It doesn't say his next court date right now. She needed help. She knew she needed help. And, I'm kind of helping her through this situation. I've not sent her money. If anything, she's probably sent me more
money than I've sent to her, so